all 4-1 students they are using the new Ghanaian high school curriculum, and the textbooks are being loaded on these tablets. So it's e-books, learning management system, and we have new textbooks. New courses have been introduced in Ghanaian high schools for the first time. These are courses done in other developed nations and they are now in Ghana. Introduction to biomedical science, the course in high school. We have robotics, engineering, manufacturing engineering, aviation and aerospace, biomedical science, all the way to computer science, Spanish. All these are new courses in our high schools. And the courses for the textbook for the course have all been written, but they are in e-format. And that's why they have to be on the tablets for the students to use them. So we are going to get them, and you see, the beauty of this is that when the child is reading the text, they will see a hyperlink. If they click on it, it then takes them to YouTube and give them a video of the topic that they are reading. So ebooks are very different from PDF versions of the book. They are really interactive and they can do an assessment. The teacher can assign them to do an assessment and it will be graded by artificial intelligence, and the results will immediately be available. It will show up in the grade book, and all the grades of the students will be available. Introduction to flight for the and bring about transformation. So the last time I'm going to talk to you about is, it's not about STEM education, these are all the STEM high schools. But I just want you, teachers, to avert your minds to what you teach in the classroom every single day. 8 months ago, I had a meeting with waec. They had come to talk to me about the BEC, the new BEC that was coming. I had a wonderful conversation. I asked them to show me the table of specification. Simply, it means that they're going to show me the level of difficulty of the questions that were coming on the exams. And my blueprint, of course, is the new Bloom's taxonomy. Teachers must know this and be able to practice this. When you are asking students to list, memorize, or define, is remember, that's the lowest level of learning. Then the next is understand, explain, and define concept. Then you go to application, analyze, evaluate, and create. Create is the highest level of learning. If you can get a majority of your students to create, you are going to change your country. So not only should we be interested in how students are passing the exams, but we should be interested in the content of the exams. If your examination system is simply asking children to remember, which in Ghana we call chew, pass, and forget, I tell you, you can educate all your students, but you never change your country. You educate all your students, but you educated them in such a way that they don't sit down and think about innovation and creativity and how they can change their country's fortune. It is when you are educating them at the level of grade, that is when you are educating Ghanaian children to come and change their nation through education. So we took on the task of ensuring that we change the course of history of our nation through teaching and learning that ensure that is great. So when I showed me one exams, and 20 of the questions were on remember, I knew we were in trouble. They went on, and 10 out of the 40 questions was on understand, and the last 10 was on applications. 4, 5, and 6, not on the exams. In the United States of America, 60% of the questions will be on create, evaluate, and analyze, and 40% will be at the lowest level. Are the best students in Ghana, visual artists. They are always learning at the level of create, and you tell me they are not the smart ones. Because the examination system is assessing at 1, 2, and 3, and you don't do 1, 2, and 3 in visual arts, you tell me they are not the smartest ones. The moment the application system responds to 6, 12, 5, visual artists will be seen as the smartest group of children we have in this country. Then I have to find different platforms to say for me. I can't use this platform. There's so much to be said. We're going to show you of time. But we can just go ahead and make guesses. And then you hear from me one last time. Just make sure everybody here is invited. Because I don't want to say that I told you I will hear from you one last time. So today, we are launching Testament with a backdrop of a transformation agenda. Transformation to have better learning environment for our students, transformation to document learning, transformation that ensure that the teacher's life is not being miserable. That when they teach, is enhanced, and how they are transferred is made easier, and that is what business is about. Dr. Kansan and your team are proud for the stellar leadership qualities you have brought. I know there are some people, and I'm not going to speak my hand, but I know. There are some people who talk for too long. And there's a question while we're being appointed. But today you have proved your critics wrong. You came in, and your calm way, you rallied your team, and you've done a human job. Congratulations. I declare justice duly launched.
We have seen here today, I'm sure you can all testify, that is revolutionary. It is something that is expected to transform the way education delivery is done in our country, and especially at the Ghana Education Service, how both teachers and our learners are going to be doing the education in our country. We can see the excitement of all staff rallying behind this noble project. It would be the responsibility of leadership or management to ensuring that this fantastic, this robust platform is maintained. Of course, as you can see, one thing that I highlighted in my presentation, in my speech, was the fact that this is a homegrown platform. And so we have the source codes and everything. Our IT personnel across the country are the ones that are going to take charge to making sure that this particular platform stays and performs the functions that it's actually intended to. So as for it being sustained over the period, management will ensure that happens, and it is our collective responsibility as employees of the service to making sure that we use it, we use the service, we use the platform to keep it running to serve its intended purpose. I have no doubt at all in my mind that we would not as a service be able to sustain this. It is actually changing the way we do things. It's changing the way we deliver education. It's changing the way we have our internal processes, because clearly you can see, apart from the fact that the platform houses the data, the relevant data for education, you also realize that the internal processes that we have as Ghana Education Service are all being digitized. You would realize that the laborious way of, for example, going through transfer has actually been simplified, and in a very seamless way you can sit in the comfort of your home and then go through this process. You can sit in the comfort of your classroom and go through this process. As we speak now, and as you saw here, about 290,000 of our employees have already onboarded and they are using it. And I can tell you that we would continue to upgrade it, we continue to make it fit for purpose, and to making sure everyone join hands with management for us to be able to keep this for future generations. It's been homegrown. I would have to explain a little. In education, the Ghana Education Service in itself is a very complex institution that is not something that you can just use a standard or proprietary software or an application and it would actually work. You would need to customize it to suit the special needs of our schools, the needs of our employees across the country. So in developing this application, we co-created it. We got some of our own staff who understand the processes within the service to sit with the consultants to do the programming step by step. So more or less the whole platform that you see there was co-created between us and the consultants who worked on this. So within the context of what happens within Ghana Education Service, you can see that this is only an automation of the systems or the manual processes that we have within the service. And this also sits very well within the context of the government's agenda to digitize the economy, to digitize processes, the ministries, departments and agencies. So you can see digitalization is happening almost across every ministry. But within the education sector, here at Ghana Education Service, we are in charge of the pre-tertiary education sector. And by that I'm referring to KG all the way to senior high school. And everything that we have done and showcased here today is telling you that right from KG all the way to senior high school, our employees, our learners, our infrastructure, everything about education within that space is being captured onto this platform. And this platform is also going to be used for all processes right from KG all the way to the senior high school. Such an unfortunate event, obviously, as the Director General for Ghana Education Service, it's one of the saddest moments that I would have. Kwasiman School, the cluster of schools there, recently, just last year, benefited from a library project. I think it came across as one of the best library projects that we have had in the basic schools across the country. It has also benefited from some kind of support from the ministry in just recent times. And the last thing anybody would have expected would have been to see the situation that we are witnessing now. Is affecting and displacing quite a number of our pupils. But as a service, we also have education and emergency contingency plan, which is more or less like a business continuity plan that has been activated at the district and regional levels, and where the headquarters would need to come in to provide support, we will do that. But we will make sure that the children's education would still happen within the framework of our education and emergency contingency plan. I've had some, and we have had some technical hitch, which is why it has to be delayed. I think that waec themselves have already contacted the ministry and the Ghana Education Service. It's been delayed, and it's natural as a body. Sometimes they set a target date, and for some reason they are not able to meet that date. They well communicate that to the public and to us as a service. So yes, we are sure that the results will be released and will be released possibly before the year ends. Oh yes. Parents will be rest assured because from where I sit, I know that it's almost true. Results will be coming very soon.